All right, here we have our Zerg player spawning in the red top right of the map, named after a cartoon show, which may or may not have been named after a card game.
YugiOh.
I should look that up.
Well, I mean, the show itself was named after the card game that was in the show, at the very least.
Wait, there was a card game named after a card show?
What
which had a card
if,
game
no
in
wait,
it?
let's think about this further. Well, hold on, down here at the bottom, our Swedish player on the team, Mouse Sports, he is...
Thorzain.
Alright, I had to get that intro
Yeah,
in.
you saved me, man. I almost did it again.
Well, think about this even on a deeper level. I'm just going to take this a level lower. What if there was a manga about a card game, and that's what the anime is based off of? Did you think about that?
I think there is a manga, actually.
So I think that may be the bottom line
right
here.
now.
That may be the bottom line, man.
I think the manga was first, and then they made the anime and the trading cards off that, and, and video games. Isn't there like a video game where you actually play the card game on a video game or something?
Yeah, I actually had that game. The best way to learn a card game, by the way, for those of you guys who don't know this, some of you might disagree, but I think the best way to learn a card game that's complicated, or if you want to learn a game with your friends, like when you're younger, like if you have a child, like a 10-year-old boy or something who's like trying to learn how to play this card game, or if you have like a brother, anyway, the best way to teach someone to play a card game legitimately is make them play the game, because the game makes you play by the rules. Yeah. And then you learn how the rules are. Well, I learned how to play Pokemon, the trading card game, from the Game Boy, it was like Game Boy Color game, Pokemon TCG. That's how I learned how to play a Pokemon trading card game, man, because before that, people would just like put cards down, like this attack does this, or whatever. They didn't really follow the rules. They didn't know how the prizes worked.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually like the nerdiest guy, man. I played a Pokemon trading card game. I played Yu-Gi-Oh!
Speaking of following the rules, by the way.
He's not following the rules.
That's actually a really good point. I didn't want to cut that off, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Going for a hidden gold base. Now, Thorzain is actually going to run across the map with his SCV, and he's going to smell something going on, I think, because he's going to say, oh, look, no natural expansion.
So, we've seen Lysira do this in the past. He takes the gold base early as well, and normally, it's not a fast expansion, it's actually a Roach build. What this build does, it's like a proxy Roach build, but then you like get the economy back because you're on a gold base. It's really good for this map, and the Roach Warren is going down now, so it is going to be that proxy. It's basically like a proxy Roach. I don't know, I'll tell you guys, it's just a hatchery that you're just going to make 3 Roaches off of it and attack. And Thorzain knows now he's making a bunker. He knows what's going on.
Smells it in the air.
When you scout that there's no hatchery,
his SCV just scouted all these drones going over there. So he's
absolutely sure.
He didn't have vision before, but now he knows exactly what's going on. The factory is almost up. I don't think he's quite gonna have tanks out in time.
He canceled the bunker.
What?
Uh-oh, 3 Roaches being produced now.
And he's making a reactor on his barracks. Does he not know the Roach Warren?
Yeah, I don't think he knows what this build is really like designed to do. Because I was like, oh, he's so smart, he made the bunker preemptively. And now the Roaches are coming, man. There's 2 Roaches coming from that main hatchery, and now the rest of the larva on the gold base hatchery is going to be spent for Roaches. He did an extractor trick to get an extra roach.
Yeah. This is actually really bad for Thorzain because I don't know if he knows what's going on.
He's only got 3 Marines.
He didn't even build a tech lab on the factory.
Yeah, he didn't build any Hellions either.
I think he's just going to die.
He might actually just die, man. Here come the first Roaches. They've been hidden until now. And the Marines are out.
Oh, get the depot up.
Gets the depot up. 2 more Marines popping out here.
This is going to be really, really hard for him to pull off. The Marines, I believe, do outrange the Roaches barely.
They do, but with the depots falling...
Oh,
he should have... I just don't know how he didn't realize this was coming, but I mean, I guess he just didn't, man. The Roaches are in, and more Roaches are rallying in behind this. He's going to want to target down the SCV, making the bunker.
Even if he does, he can just walk by the bunker, basically. Them chasing the Marines back. SCV's trying to form a wall. Marines are targeting down the hurt Roaches, but is it going to be enough? Looks like it's going to be down to 1 Roach versus a couple Marines. Another Roach coming in the back, though. If he can get a wall up and get something in that bunker, he might be able to hold this off long term. The Viking's going to land. And
yeah, it looks like he will hold it off. Good micro. He pulled some of the weakened SCVs away in those cases, and now he's going to be okay. More Roaches coming in here. He might just want to attack the depot.
That Viking actually doing a lot of damage to the Roach, surprisingly.
And Thorzain lost a lot here, but he could have died. I think YugiOh should have waited and got a more consolidated Roach force, just kept poking at the wall, killing more SCVs here, actually. And now the tank is out. This attack is going to end.
There we go.
But look at the supply, 46 to 34. And of course, YugiOh having a gold base up. It's going to be a very quick, short-term extra income. He's going to probably take his natural pretty soon as well.
Exactly. He's going to take his natural, and then he's going to have like 3.5 bases to 1.
Cloak being researched.
He does have an extra orbital in his main, so Thorzain could, if he gets Siege Mode or Banshees out, take his natural.
Cloak being researched at the Tech Lab of the Starport. He's going to be going for Cloak Banshees as a follow-up to this. Pretty smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, Banshees do pretty well against Roaches, but more importantly, when you know your opponent's probably going to be making his natural, he's going to be much less likely to have an Evolution Chamber or a Lair.
Or a Lair, exactly. And even if he does, Banshees are pretty good against Roaches. So, you know, if the Roaches are like going to try and come in and stop you from taking your natural, a Banshee will dispatch that.
Yes. Now, Thorzain has made a command center during all of this. He's had that second command center for a while, so he lost a decent amount of SCVs, but he's been able to produce 2 at a time now. 34 drones and 29 SCVs. And the Roaches at the front of the base just, you know, continue to be a little bit scary, but Thorzain actually could move out and be aggressive if he wanted to, but I think he wants to wait for the Banshee.
Now, he did see that starport with his Roaches, I believe, when he was running around, so he got a couple queens at his gold. He's got the Evo Chamber.
Yeah, he got the
Spores
Evo
going
Chamber now.
up, so he's going to be fine against this Banshee for the most part, but Banshee will still retain map control and just generally be annoying.
It looks like target down some drones. Has to avoid being in range of that queen, though, and he's going to kill this Spore. Not too impactful, though, because the other one still has vision for the Banshee. Nice control by YugiOh. And the second queen coming over here as well. Nice move.
Yep, Banshee has to retreat, and probably not going to do too much. And I like this Viking just scouting around. It's like, oh, free drone. Needs to get out of there, though. Get out, Viking. What are you doing?
Gonna do battle with the queen, man, and I think he's going to win. Only because the queen went away.
Oh, because that's...
He's damaging the queen for this Banshee to come over here. And
oh, no, and he lifts up on top of the Spore finishing.
He's going to die either the Zerglings. He's like, well, which death do I want? Do I want the Zergling death or the Spore death?
I would prefer the Spore death, personally, I think.
I think I would have gone with the Zergling one because you could at least damage one of the Zerglings. Otherwise, you're just like dying for no reason.
Actually, like, yeah, like, it sucks. Like, I actually, for some reason, I used to not be afraid of planes at all, but lately, I get a little nervous on planes. On the flight over here, I was a little nervous. I was thinking about, like, what I would do if, like, the plane exploded.
I don't know, I think you would just die. I think that's what you would do, Moltrap.
Anyway, point being, I think it would be a little more, I don't know, I can't decide if that would be more terrifying. To have a plane explode around you or to die from Zerglings.
I don't know, the Zerglings are pretty terrifying because they're chasing you and you're trying to run.
And they're actually, you know, if a plane explodes around you, you're just going to die. Whereas, like, the Zerglings are going to, like, eviscerate you and eat you first.
Yeah, they're, like, ripping your body apart. You're screaming and stuff. Ah. How do you think those Marines feel, man? Like, those Marines that were selected for the bunker rush, if that bunker rush doesn't work, what happens to those Marines? They get ripped apart by those angry Zerglings.
Their families get a decent pension. Oh,
well, yeah, this Banshee.
Sorry, that was a bit of morbid of a conversation.
Yeah, that was a little morbid.
Let's get back to the game here.
That's okay. Banshee's flying into a Spore Crawler, and she was thinking about it too.
Now this Banshee is also just going to be able to retain some map control, and that's just fun to have as well. Actually, he's got a lot of creep in the middle of the map.
Thorzain's actually taking a pretty hefty supply lead here. And this Banshee, though, is doing a lot, killing queens. Maybe.
Oh! Queen for a Banshee, not the best trade, but
did get a few spores. Tumors, sorry.
Exactly. That's a crazy amount of tumors in the middle there, man.
Well, he had a lot of extra queens, so he thought I might as well do it. And I like that because now whenever Thorzain wants to scan to clean that up later, it's going to take a lot more. Plus, he can spread the creep so much faster. So, Spire is done. 5 mutas on the way, +1 weapons has been on the way for a while. He's going to control Thorzain's dropping with these mutas. In fact, he's going to even send just 2 mutas into the natural here. I think that was a rally. 4 mutas coming now to join them.
Yep, going to take out a couple SCVs. No turrets in play. They are going up right now in the main and now in the natural. So, Thorzain's going to be okay. Again, with the tiered siege tank placement and the spread out Marines. And here comes a drop much earlier than we saw last game. A lot of queens inbound, though. Is he going to be able to save it by killing the queen? But the Spore Crawler is there, takes out the dropship. And those Marines are going to get a few Zerglings. But not... Well, they got a Queen. That actually wasn't too bad of an exchange. It was
No, not too bad. Well, he was able to
not the best,
pull some of the units back. He's moved his tanks forward a little bit more during the middle of the map. And I love this positioning. He's actually set up another Xel'Naga Death Trap in the middle of the map.
Now, this is something interesting. Because YugiOh took that gold so early and transferred all those drones there first, the gold base is actually about to run out.
Yeah.
So he's taking the top left, but Thorzain's taking the mid left, so they're actually going to be at 3 base to 3 base in a little bit.
Very true. But YugiOh has this reinforcing hatchery you can use. He's got creep all around that. It's very difficult for Thorzain to defend that base. That's why he has to be so patient with how he pushes forward here. Armory going up as he knows the Muse getting to be pretty high in number.
What are the infantry weapons at?
He's got +1.
+1. Okay.
No +2 started yet. Doesn't have armor started either.
Yeah, so actually YugiOh's a little bit ahead in the ground upgrades. Oh, catching a couple of medevacs for free off guard here. Needs to get out though. Those Marines targeting him down are going to take out a couple mutas. Nice snipe though of those medevacs. Beautiful move. But anyway, YugiOh's actually got a little bit of an upgrade advantage on the ground.
Ooh, YugiOh is taking control of part of this high ground over here.
Nice.
He's putting spine crawlers to the top of it as well to make it so it's very difficult to push up there. Losing a lot of mutas though. Wow, that was a lot of mutas going down.
Down to 8 mutas.
Sensor tower there as well.
That's a smart move. Keep track of everything in the middle.
See those Banelings morphing over there? Those Banelings, I think, are going to try to avoid the entire tank army. He's going to do a counterattack to the natural with those, most likely. Nice mutalist control here.
Not enough Marines to deal with those mutas. Some more Marines coming in, though. He's going to get 3 tanks before being driven off. Very nice. It's going to really keep Thorzain from being able to defend that left side. Although I don't know if YugiOh even knows about that left side. Otherwise, he probably would have killed it already.
Yeah, I think that's why he's seeing these Banelings over here. I think he's going to send them to the natural.
No!
Zerglings being taken out basically for free, but these Banelings are still something that's problematic.
Oh no, the SCV's in the natural. So much slaughter. Banelings taking him out so quickly. There actually wasn't a lot of SCVs. He just transferred a few out of that, so it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
Nice splitting there as well. Actually mitigates a lot of the damage that could have been done there.
Yeah, he dealt with that pretty well. Now the Muse are still out on the map trying to find another base. He hasn't checked the left base, which is kind of ironic given that he's got creep all around it.
Yeah.
I think he expects that Thorzain probably hasn't taken it because it's like, well, I haven't seen you transfer any SCVs over there really. Or I mean, he has seen it, but did he see it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He hasn't. I mean, there's no way he knows about it, or he just assumes it's not there because he's not actually sending any units to do anything because it's completely open. Now he's sending some Zerglings.
Now he's sending Zerglings on the left, but there's some units getting taken out by Marines. They're not. Oh, bad engagement by those mutalists there, and now some creep troopers are going to take it out as well. In the middle here, and this is what Thorzain needs to do. A nice little chunk of creep troopers taken out just as the creepers start to get really out of control. Oh no! Oh, nice save with the medevac.
Thorzain's been kind of stuck for a while here. Luckily, he was able to secure that third base, but the mutas are always barreling down on any units he sends too far away. And he's took that high ground near his natural. He's sieged up there very patiently, but he's never been able to move away from that. Yeah. And YugiOh is just going to start taking more bases. He's got better upgrades.
It's interesting. Thorzain, he's got this style where he's like always spread out. Hold that thought. He might just right-click that planetary. And there goes that base. And oh my goodness, there's enough Banelings for the SCVs as well. They're going to go down so hard. And I don't think any of them are going to escape from that. Horrible, horrible slaughter. Thorzain really not looking in a good position right now. He's down by 30 supply at this point. But he's trying to go up the middle of the map for a push. He's got a lot of forces there.
Somewhat indecisive there for a moment. Banelings running away. They don't have Burrow. Burrow just started. YugiOh's like, I had an opportunity there with Burrow, and then he just like went home and researched Burrow. It's like, I wish I had that.
And here comes some Banelings rolling up the middle. I don't think this is a very good idea, but he's got a lot more coming from the top as well. Nice line of siege tanks he's going to block. That's actually beautiful. A wall of siege tanks protecting the Marines behind it. And Thorzain actually holds that. It was a good trade though. YugiOh is still way ahead in supply.
Well, he's got 54 Zerglings on the way, 6 Banelings as well. Now, when all those units finish, he's going to want to attack Thorzain and stop this push from occurring. He's going to take out the gold base here. It's not too impactful. The gold base is basically mined out. It's got 212 minerals left there.
It's basically just good for the gas right now.
Yeah, and the drones that are mining there, you can take those out. That'd be pretty big. But nice control of this area by Thorzain. YugiOh needs to solidify a strong force to clean this up. He keeps sending out small squads that just aren't enough.
Yeah, that was actually pretty big taking out that gold because, like you said, there was actually a lot of drones there. So now he's down to 3 base, and Thorzain retaking that left side base. So he is going to be, I think, did he float his main orbital out or just build another one?
He remade. He had another one probably planned for the bottom right, and he just decided to send it over there again because it was closer. Look at that, though. Look at all those Zerglings. And if he engages with the majority of his army, I don't think Thorzain's going to be able to hold the center anymore. He's at half the supply of YugiOh at this point.
He's too spread out right now. And he's having to fall back from that push because he knows this force is coming around the right. What's that? That
Baneling just burrowed what the Marine was about to shoot at, and he just burrowed. He's like, sorry.
He's like, I could kill you, but it wouldn't be cost efficient, so I'm going to get out of the way. And these mutalisks coming in the back, taking some damage, down to just a handful of mutas, but the handful is all you need to take out add-ons. And Thorzain is kind of stuck defending the middle. Tons of Zerglings. Nice depot lift there. Don't know how much good that's going to do, though. Wow, and actually all the Banelings dying for no reason. The Marines are going to target or clean up a lot of the Zerglings, but they do get in after taking out the add-on. Are going to start taking out turrets. Nice combo there.
The third base of Thorzain, though, was not able to be landed, and he's just kind of floating it over there. He can't take it. There's Zerglings killing depots. Thorzain in a really bad spot here. Does clean up the attack, though, but in the middle of the map, mutas are cleaning up his turrets, his siege tanks. He's just losing everything. He's just spread too thin.
Yeah, and he just doesn't have enough right now. He's got, I don't even know how many. He's only got like 20 Marines. And I think, yeah, he's got 15 Mutalisks. Oh no, he's going to catch these tanks off guard in the middle. Kill them off as well.
Some Marines stimming here, not going to catch those mutas though. Kind of a wasted stim. And look at this, he's going to be able to finally kill that actual command snare by the looks of it.
I think Thorzain is pretty much lost.
Yeah, it's pretty much over.
This is kind of the situation that
we were in last game.
That YugiOh was in last game, exactly. It's
Maybe
like,
he's just giving him a taste
he's got
of his
like
own medicine.
3 times the supply.
No map control. There's like one Thor in the middle of the map. I don't know what's up with that.
So it's really interesting that Thorzain was actually, this game he was like, he's going in for a little bit of a drop here. It's a pretty substantial drop. I don't think it's going to accomplish enough though. Now
no, I don't think so. Look at how many Banelings. The Muta's going to clean up the drops as well.
Yeah.
GG, well played.
Well played. Very mannered by Thorzain. So,
that ties us up at 1-1.
1 apiece. Wow, so it's interesting that Thorzain, like I was saying, he was kind of like less methodical that game. Even though it felt like a better map for it, he was less methodical. Now, he did lose a lot early to that early Roach push.
Yeah.
So that set him behind from the beginning.
He was less methodical. He took the first raised area, put a sensor tower there, turrets there, and a bunch of tanks. He never moved forward, and YugiOh was on top of it. He knew what to expect this time.
Yeah.
And, well, this is my screen. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
He was very methodical with that first part, but he didn't go into the second part of the attack. And YugiOh had spines at the top of that base. He had creep spread there from the gold base. He had like 30 creep tumors in like this small of an area.
Yeah, he kind of did the same thing where he's like, all right, you're going to take the high ground. I'm going to take this high ground and like defend it.
Yeah, and you can't really move up
I've got a better position, and you can't move up here.
And he did a lot of great counterattacks, and Thorzain was just never able to get the base. And even though Thorzain, he basically got his third base for free. I mean, if YugiOh had seen that earlier, that base would have. It would have been a YugiOh would have been like, I'm sorry, this isn't going to fly. Like I've like got creep going up the ramp into that base. I'm sorry, this is just not going to work out.
Exactly. Yeah. So Thorzain, not quite pulling it out that time. Again, I really think though, it really did come down to the fact that he misread that rush. He was like, oh, a gold base? I'm going to have to put a reactor on my barracks right now.
Yeah, that was weird.
And
well, he was going to do
cancel
the
my
barracks
bunker.
anyway. He had the bunker, and then he got rid of it. And I'm sitting there going, like, oh, he's reading this so well. Like, he sees there's no hatchery. He knows there's a hatchery somewhere else, and he, like, makes the bunker. And then he, like, sees it's the gold base, and he's like, oh, it's the gold base. And he, like, cancels the bunker. He's like, oh, it's fine. I'm like, no, dude, those roaches are coming. They're coming, man.
Yeah, and, you know, that's a build that I've seen in Korea, but I haven't watched a ton outside of Korea, but I haven't seen that personally. I don't know. Do you know, is that something that people use?
Yeah, it's something people use. Lacira started it, and he was kind of the first person to use the roach rush from the gold base.
The point being, maybe Thorzain hasn't seen that
he probably isn't. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. Yeah,
so he misread it because he hasn't experienced it too much. So
yeah, it's a Korean style. So
yeah,
Europeans don't price on Crossfire that much. I mean, there's no reason for them to. It's not used in a lot of tournaments. So.
Interesting. So we are going to get into the final game of this matchup.
Yep.
Can Thorzain take the win, or will YugiOh finish it out?